yo, it's Guido coming at you with Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Another in my series of the upgraded mediums. This time the Indian Panzer, Tier 8 German tech tree tank, actually. Not even a premium. Kind of like the Mutts, similar to the Mutts. They look similar. Maybe they were a similar development time frame or some such. But this is a Tier 8 German tech tree tank, the Indian Panzer. I'm here on Ghost Town, headed down to the south. And we're going to feature the Indian Panzer and some of the things it can do now, which, again, much like the STA-2, which I just did a video on, if that hasn't come out, it will soon. I'll say the same thing about the Indian Panzer. Even though people didn't like it, I actually did sort of like it. I did pretty well in it. I take that shot there, but I don't see if it hit. It's outside of draw range, so I'm not sure if I actually hit something. I noticed that the Progetto 46 doesn't get hit, although he must have been seen, because there you go. And I'm not sure if that was meant for me or him. I do have 6. Ooh, I take a hit right there. So, again, I don't know if I'm being seen or the Progetto's being seen, to be quite honest. So we'll just shift around a little bit. Take a look. That AT-15 is down there somewhere, and we've got a bunch of guys in the town. I'm just really hoping that Chrysler or somebody will come around. Then I noticed something very interesting. The Progetto 46 is headed that away. Put a shot that bounces off the ST or STRV, and I'm not really going to go help the Progetto. This is just too crazy right here. I miss the CDA. That's a bummer. I mean, that was how tight that is, and again, not really near the middle. So I have 2 issues with hitting. So we'll go ahead and just throw one in there and see if that one pans. Looks like it did. The 105 takes a hammering from somebody else as well, and now I see the SU-152. Doesn't take long to aim in, right? Indian Panzer's got a nice gun. Just follow him, nicely aimed, and down he goes. And the Progetto is just zinging in there, and what I don't know is if there's somebody else further back there behind him. There's a couple TDs, I think. There's a Scorpion on the board, there's a Sturv on the board, and the AT-15. So that's all of them. I don't think I processed that information at the time. I'm thinking maybe there's still somebody. Plus, I've got to run the gauntlet of the 5120 and the AT-15, and I really don't want to do that. So I'll just back up here, put a shot into this guy. Waiting for the reload. If I can just, not quite, he gets around the corner. And I'll try to sneak one into the side of the AT, but he's well angled. The Progetto's doing a nice job staying alive. It seems like possibly the 5120's on a reload, and I've got an ISM backing me up here. I'd love to go save that Progetto, but I'm feeling like I'm going to get hammered by people sitting on the edge of the town, so I'll just put one into the 54 E1. Not quite seeing him. Holy cow, somebody's in front of me. Progetto takes out the S1, which is pretty amazing work. So since he has done that, I'm going to take a chance. The Indian's a decently mobile tank, so I'll head down this way, but I'm going to be seen, and thankfully the 5041 misses. I actually was trying to find him. I was looking in the wrong direction. The STA-1 gets a shot on me, but it's only a crit, no damage. That's very helpful. So I'm actually going to cross right here. I'll just take the chance of the 15, AT-15 may get a shot and hit me. He doesn't. But the STA-1 kills the 46. Now this is a duel between the 2 recently buffed tanks. The good news is that I have a few more hit points. So the STA-1 allows me to poke one into his turret and doesn't come get a return shot. So we'll go ahead and trade shots. That's fine. I'm well ahead of him. But I don't want to let him get away. And we'll take him down. So a little bit inside his reload. Maybe his gunner was down, or he doesn't have a good crew, or he was reloaded and I just happened to get the draw on him. They're pretty comparable without going to the actual numbers. They're pretty comparable on the reloads. We'll come up here and use the one little tiny bush that's here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the board. And I find the 5041 with his back to me. That's very helpful. He doesn't have a lot of options right here. It does light me up, but I'm just going to accept. And oh my gosh, I bounced off, and that was terrible. What I should have done as soon as I saw him backing behind that building is just pushed forward, because the Chrysler K and the Scorpion are all way up there, and I don't think there's anyone to my right. Just take a snap on the AT-15 on the way in. I figured he'd light me right there. I'll go ahead and push in. Maybe look for a shot on the 5041, but I think he's going to die before I can quite get there. I find the artillery, fantastic. Fortunately, I still have my gold called up. I'm going to end up shooting the last 2 of my APCR on this guy. Down he goes. And we'll shift over to the AT-15, who takes a big hit from the 65T, and then the RHM will delete him without much effort. Right into his back. And we will speed across here. I'm not sure if I get any more hit points. I got 2,154. I think I do, actually. Yeah, that's right. We will find the Scorpion G. So we'll speed this up. We cross across the open. The Chrysler K dies. I figure the Scorpions... I kind of figured he'd be up to my right, but he's actually out in the open still, sitting there on the side of the map. More or less the same place he's been the entire game. So we'll just zoom in. I was looking for a track right there. Didn't get it, so we'll just aim right at that back sprocket and see if we can't track and get a hit. Unfortunately, I don't, so I may eat a return shot. That's fine. Track. There we go. Finally get this shot into the track. And a little bit of assist at the end game. We end up with 2,932, 251 assists, and 3 kills. So it's still a very capable, or now a more capable, Tier 8 medium. Again, I liked it a lot before the buffs, but now it is much better. Kind of like I said with the STA2, though, there's a different discussion about whether we should just be simply buffing everything to the flavor of the month. That's a larger meta discussion for the game. But that being said, the Indien, the STA2, the STB1, the Leo, the Type 61, all those tanks are actually, the Leopard PTA, all those tanks are much better premiums, and they were all pretty weak. So now they are much more playable. Again, I liked most of those anyway, especially the Type 61. I'll have to do a video on that pretty soon. I really liked that one before the buff, so I'll have to check out how good it is now. But they're definitely worth it at this point. Here's the second of a 2-pack on the Indien. You just saw the first one I went through. This time we're on Sand River, and we're top tier instead of bottom tier. And this is a great setup, especially for this tank. I really only have to worry about the Chrysler K and maybe the Rev, and obviously I don't want to get caught out by the Scorp, but the rest of it I should be able to handle pretty much easily, I guess. I should be able to handle no problem. If I play correctly, I'm going to head up here to the north. I do have to watch for fast tanks showing up over to the right on the sand dunes. Sometimes they'll spot you right about here if they're fast enough, and it's good to get past that little opening without being spotted. That way they don't see you coming chugga 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 and pre-aim here. If they're smart, they'll be looking this way anyway, so I'm going to come up, and all of a sudden this 34, and I just fire on the move, and I nail that guy. What a great deal. He misses. That means I'm going to be inside his reload. He's trying to get away. Put another one into him, light him on fire, and the 1375 misses. I actually should have backed up and taken this guy out, but I do have to move, and then he dies. That's too bad. Probably could have had that killed. That's okay, though, because the 1375 had showed up, and I was a little bit worried he might try to YOLO down on me. I've outrun my support other than the 34-100. You can see the Tiger 1 and the Comet are way back there. There's only 4 of us there, so we do have to be careful. Pretty good depression on the Indian Panzer and a good turret, so we're just going to come up and take a shot and miss, unfortunately. And you can tell by the way they're maneuvering, the Comet kind of being aggressive and pushing up, that they're really thinking about coming up here and trying to take us on. The other thing that may mean is he's got buddies like that guy. So that's what you've got to be careful. If they're looking aggressive and they're rocking, and you can almost see the players thinking about it while they're sort of feinting and moving around, and you just feel like, man, I might get pushed. But hey, here's the good news. The backup, the Comet and the Tiger have showed up. I do unfortunately trade there. That's not a great trade based on how much damage he did to me in his tier. Go ahead and take a shot at the M10. But it looks like they're on their back foot. The Tiger and the Comet have got them thinking about it. And I'm trying to expose as little as possible with the turret. I see the 1375 down there. I know I'm going to do this. Get a shot on him. And the 1375 actually gets one on me, so good on him. You see that I can't quite get the depression down there to hit him, so it's not a fantastic spot. Good news, bad guys keep exposing themselves and giving me shots, so I'll take that all day. We'll come up here and we'll just sneak one again into the 34-85M. And now the 1375, it feels to me like he is reloading, so I'm looking for a shot. However, oh, this guy. There we go. We'll get a shot on him, and we'll back out. And now the M10 is going to just show his turret. Good on him. And I'm able to shoot HE. Holy cow, I tried to fix my track or something. I keep doing that, and I did not know I was firing HE, so I got a sweet 27 damage out of that guy. Looking at the 34-100, thinking about, all right, how are we going to handle this? We got this dick up here in the north. We've really handled him. I'm just going to ignore the the M10 for a moment and see if we can't get rid of the 1375, which we do. And it looks like the Panther M10 has decided to make a runner, to do a runner and get out of there. The BIS, we got an AT-8 down below. I'll just tuck down low where he can't shoot me. He dies anyway. And now I just want to come up here and start working on the BIS. Sneak one into his turret right there. I'm probably going to eat a shot. Good news is he doesn't damage me. Right into his hole and get rid of that dude. So 2,862. 1 kill. I see the Scorpion G out in the open. The ISM is dead, so no factor. There is an RD to worry about and a couple other smaller tanks. The Panther M10 is running around here somewhere, unknown where he is. There he goes. He's way over there, so we'll just go ahead and pop a shot into him, but nope, someone else kills him. And sweet action. I'm actually going to, I think, go for the track here. There we go. Track him, so that works. Just come up here. He does fix it. Let's see if I can do it again. No, just get a damage on him. Just get a damage on him. Down he goes. And the artillery is 3,392, 412 assist. 420 bounce. The turret's actually pretty nice on this tank. I'm trying to sneak a shot in from the very edge of draw range, but he dies before I can get to it. 2 kills, like I said right there. So, very comfortable tank. A bit better than it used to be. I actually liked it to begin with. People kind of hated it. I think it's very comfortable. It's a good medium tank now. So hopefully on those 2 replays on this 2-pack here, you got a good feeling for what the Indian Panzer can do, both lower on the totem pole and as the top tier right there. Thanks for turning in. Hey, thanks for turning in. Thanks for also tuning in. And as always, we will see you.